Welcome to CBT News with Cheyenne Malone.
Good morning and welcome to the CBT News Daily Newscast. I'm Cheyenne Malone. Thanks so much for joining us today. So let's get started with today's top stories.
Service customers are opting for aftermarket providers in increasing numbers, according to new research from J.D. Power. After seeing declines in customer satisfaction throughout last year, tire replacement, quick oil change, and full service repair shops saw across-the-board improvements in 2024. Car owners were especially appreciative of reduced wait times at aftermarket providers and higher levels of professionalism among service advisors. The research arrives as franchise dealerships are experiencing record high wait times in the service drive. Ford's latest training initiative is leveraging artificial intelligence to improve dealership employee engagement and electric vehicle knowledge. With an initial rollout planned at 3,000 dealers, Ford University aims to replace handbook-based training with, quote, AI-supported missions, videos, and learning tools. The education platform will use AI for a variety of coaching purposes, including evaluating trainee performance and identifying practice areas. Ford University is currently targeted towards sales staff, but will eventually expand to cover other areas of the dealership, including service. Mercedes-Benz saw profits fall over the first quarter, but remains committed to stable car prices, even as other automakers look to spur demand through discounts. The company reported Q1 earnings of $4.13 billion, down 30% year over year. While its competitors saw higher demand during the quarter, Mercedes-Benz expects sales and earnings to be higher during the April through June period. Employees at the automaker's Alabama plant are set to vote on unionization in the coming weeks, potentially setting earnings back further if the company is forced into contract negotiations with the UAW. United Auto Workers Chapter Local 869 is organizing a strike authorization vote at Stellantis' Warren stamping plant. UAW officials say the company has overlooked critical safety issues at the Michigan facility, ignoring complaints ranging from flooding, oil leaks, and limited protective equipment. A Stellantis spokesperson confirmed the company's commitment to employee well-being and said negotiations were underway to resolve the issue, quote, without a work stoppage. Workers at the facility previously voted to strike at the factory last month over contracting disputes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Kevin Roberts, Director of Industry Insight and Analytics at Car Gurus, to discuss the main retail auto trends in the first quarter.
CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV.
New searches over $50,000 increased by 13.4% year over year. What do you attribute that to?
So I think on the news side, you're seeing a lot of consumers who maybe have been sitting out in the marketplace. They're looking for more kind of a nice new vehicle out in the market. And then also, conversely, if we've seen a reduction in kind of more affordable inventory, we've seen a massive surge in more kind of luxury inventory out there. So vehicles priced over $50,000, same inventory time period, up 133%. So again, if consumers are really kind of looking what's out there, there's a lot more higher priced vehicles out in the marketplace, which is probably leading to more searches.
Which is incredible because it comes at a time that the average family is already pinched with gas prices and interest rates and inflation and everything else, right?
Yeah, it's really kind of surprising. You would think that, with high interest rates, all the costs that have been going up, that consumers would be really looking for much more affordable vehicles, and they are. But there is a subsegment that is still very interested in those much more kind of luxury vehicles out there. So I really kind of view it as there's people looking for a deal, and then there's people looking for an upgrade in the current marketplace.
Sure, and I think it's also maybe what drove. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's probably what's driven the used cars for the month of March. In fact, the first quarter, those sales were up substantially, right?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of interest in both new and used. Obviously, different reasons why we've been seeing more kind of growth there. On the new side, obviously, inventory is coming back. There's a lot more selection out there. That's helping to drive sales. And the used side, I think there's just kind of pent-up demand. Consumers who may have been kind of sitting out the last couple of years of real kind of craziness in the vehicle market, even with the high interest rates right now, if you've sat out the last couple of years, eventually you are going to need a new vehicle. And I think we're starting to see that right now with consumers coming back to the marketplace.
And you can watch this full interview right here at cbtnews.com. Remember, you can stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. And now you can find CBT News in over 70 million broadcasting households on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android, and iOS devices. Simply search CBT News in the App Store on your smart device to watch our programming wherever, whenever. I'm Cheyenne Malone on behalf of all of us here at CBT News. See you next time.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content.